Where's my wavy gang at? Behind the cell door, let me hear you bang that. Let me hear ya. This is from a wavy gang though.
Man like Jimmy. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Yes, we are back ladies and gents. No face cam for today. There's a little bit of an issue with my lighting in the room, which makes the face cam look a bit glary and a little bit unbearable. But anyway, we are gonna have a little bit more of a discussion about the last video that I posted to the channel. Now, the last video that I posted was looking at the upcoming nerf to the Luna's Howl and the not forgotten pinnacle weapon hand cannons that you achieve through grinding to glory and legend rank respectively in the competitive playlist. Now, when I thought about it a little bit further, based on what Bungie had said with regards to these hand cannons, I started to wonder, why is it that the players on console are gravitating so much towards the Luna's Howl and the not forgotten? I mean, if you run a quick play match, you'll see those weapons are rife in the quick play playlist. They are rife. They are all over the place. Literally, you can't go 2 or 3 games, say, without seeing a Luna's Howl or a not forgotten. Now, the reason why I started to think about this is because the 180 RPM hand cannons, which were popularized by these two weapons because they were out before, present or negate a lot of the problems that you see with some of the other hand cannons. Now, I'll give you an example here. The 150 RPM hand cannons, we'll take the spare rations as an example. That is a 150 RPM hand cannon, so it shoots pretty fast, not as fast as the 180 obviously, but it does have significant recoil, and bloom is a factor on that weapon. So there'll be times when you're shooting that weapon, or when I've shot the weapon, and it's just not hitting what I am aiming at, and that is very, very frustrating. On top of that, you've got a recoil pattern that is probably the most significant recoil pattern you'll see on a hand cannon. I mean, the 150s, or sorry, the 110s, their recoil pattern is pretty severe, but you need to pace your shots anyway. But the 180 RPMs, which is the hand cannons that the Luna's Howl and the not forgotten category that they fall into, they negate all those problems. They have little to no recoil, and bloom doesn't sees as much of play as the rest of the hand cannons. On top of that, it has almost perfect in-air accuracy, so it has a lot going for it. And on top of that, the range is probably one of the better ranges out there for the rate of fire, so it all around presents positives. Now, I got to thinking about this and I thought, what if instead of nerfing the Luna's Howl and not forgottens, Bungie addressed some of the other hand cannon categories? So reduce the effect of bloom, reduce the effect of flinch when firing the hand cannon, and obviously address the recoil pattern, maybe make the recoil pattern a little bit more vertical, something similar to what is experienced when playing on PC. Then we might be have a different situation in terms of the meta, because at the moment people gravitate towards those guns because of these reasons that I've kind of like highlighted. They're just the best all-round weapon and the best all-round experience. Now, with all those things going for it, add the magnificent Howl perk on top of that, and you've got a very, very deadly weapon, and that's why they're so effective. But people will generally just use that because of those reasons. Like, it's crazy. And it got me thinking further, like, Bungie have kind of neglected PvP. Like, we haven't really had a PvP sandbox update for a while. We haven't really had any kind of communications with PvP. They've took trials away. They haven't mentioned when trials is going to come back. They also haven't updated the PvP, i.e. given us a new map or a significant new mode to play. It's just kind of been left to the wayside. If you couple that with the fact that there's been a few developers that have left Bungie, Josh Hamrick, Kevin Yarnes, for example, it just goes to show that they're not really interested in the direction of PvP. I mean, yes, people move on. They've probably gone on to other careers. They've decided to do something different, but I can't see a replacement. I haven't seen anybody put their hand up and say, look, I am the new Crucible lead. I'm going to be in charge of Crucible and communicating with the community. And this is where the Destiny PvP experience is going to go in the future. We haven't had any of that. We've just seen people leave and the PvP is just fallen by the wayside. So for myself, it kind of rings alarm bells, because if that is the case, like, we really need to kind of look and see what Bungies are going to do and try and give them some feedback on PvP. Now, I know they've hired a member of the Destiny community to discuss things with PvP, but looking at it at the moment, console and PC are two different animals when it comes to Destiny, and I don't know how they can realistically balance those in the same fashion if they play completely differently. If they try to align the console up with the PC more in terms of recoil, bloom, etc., you might be able to balance it a little bit more closely or a little bit more intertwined, but I just can't see that happening. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts. I just wanted to kind of like share that with you guys. I apologize if I've rambled on a little bit, but it just got me thinking, like, where is the PvP going in Destiny 2? Is it in a nice place? Could it be in a better place? I certainly think so. But anyway, what do you think, ladies and gents? Please get at me in the comment section below. And we have arrived at the end of another video. As always, if you do like this content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.